in just a minute. There we go. Says we're live. What's up, Chris? Hey, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Yeah, that likes do help the stream out if you don't mind. Yeah, and like Chris said, you could take it away if you disagree with whoever your team gets in the draft. But this is a collaborative effort, as it always has been in years past. Typically, we like to refer to the person whose team it is. If it's your favorite team, just let us know and you can have the pick. But again, you kind of have to give decent reasoning. But yeah, we'll just wait for a little bit. Hopefully some people pop in. No idea. Pop this open. Hopefully it's a little better. There we go. What's up, Chris? Thanks for the kind words. That was weird earlier. My computer would not stay connected to any internet. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Had to do a few things and now it works, so we're all good. Didn't get it really working again until 5, 6 o'clock. It was annoying. But, you know. People know to leave likes and all that and yada yada. But yeah, man. What's up, Jacob? Drafting a cornerback from Bama. Oh, Kool-Aid McKinstry. There we go. Yeah, who do you think the Panthers are going to take, Chris? What's up, Wade? How you doing? What's up, Space? Give it about, I don't know, 5 more minutes and we probably can get going. Well, Chris, we're only doing round 1. So it's, we're only going to see like the first, you guys don't really have a pick. But someone like Xavier Legette could be your first pick in the second round, unless you guys do trade up, which I actually do think you guys trade up into the first round. But this one, we're not doing trades. Nah, we're not going to do round 2. No, thank you. That's a lot of drafting that I personally don't care for. Just add like just for the Panthers. But yeah, in the next one, we could probably trade the Panthers into round 1. But in this first one, we don't really do trades because, again, we're not really sure what's going to happen with free agency. We have to assume the teams are exactly how they are now. Well, the Panthers are there, you know. So, you know, we have to consider all the teams. We just kind of make the picks as we see them. In the next one that we do, we always cover the, you know, we do trades because that comes after free agency. We kind of have an idea what teams may do. For example, just to point the Patriots out, there's some belief in either direction that the Patriots sign someone like Baker, then trade the pick, or you know what I mean, or they don't and they draft a quarterback. And the Giants are kind of like rumored to be making a big trade here in the next few hours. Who said it? Wesley Steinberg, someone who follows the Giants, is I think he's like a reporter for them. Said big Giants trade announcement come in the next few hours, and that was at like 3 o'clock. So don't know when it's coming, but I don't know. What are the Steelers' big needs? Yeah, you won't be able to get Joe Alt in Carolina. That feels a little bit like trade one to New England for New England. No, I don't think the Patriots are gonna trade to 1. Because you don't really need to. If they want a quarterback, they could probably just sit at 3 and take Drake May. You need O-line? Yeah, I would say the Steelers probably need an offensive lineman. Yeah, Joe Alt's a monster. He measured in at 6'8" and a half. So he's basically 6'9". That's a monstrous size fucking offensive tackle. That is the whole problem. He's a freak of nature, really. Ran a 508. Yeah, 320. He weighs 320, and it's just all solid muscle. Yeah, the first round of this year's draft is poised to be pretty good, especially after the combine. There's a lot of freaks in this draft. I will say, looking at the defensemen and the linebackers, have you guys noticed a trend that I called out years ago? That defensive players are going to get, I don't know necessarily about smaller, but like lighter and faster, more athletic, more prone to be able to deal with what has become a pass-heavy league. We can see it with all the receivers. They're all running 4.3s and 4.4s. So what we're basically seeing is a lighter, faster league designed for guys who aren't exactly as big. So now, in the coming years, I think we've seen it a little bit last year with teams like the Lions, the 49ers, teams that can run the shit out of the ball. I do believe, March 11th is when free agency tampering opens. March 13th is the official start of free agency. I do think if we look into a situation like, I think the power run is 2 seasons away. I think a team out of nowhere is going to have like a really deadly run game. And the fact that we're like seeing all these linebackers who weigh like 210 pounds, 220 pounds, and they're all like 6'2", but very, very fast. And like they're like designed to stop runners, like pass catchers and stuff like that. More so than like going and like deal with big running backs like Derrick Henry, because he's kind of a relic. I think there's going to be a hard flip. Like, and it's going to come real suddenly, and some team is going to come out of nowhere and win a Super Bowl because of that situation. Just go look at the size of linebackers over years. They're shrinking. And this is something I predicted in 2019, that we're going to see, like, you're going to see the rise of the pass, but you're also then in like a year or two later, you're going to start to see defensive players get smaller, faster, more athletic, and more dynamically designed to stop plays in the air, more so than go like stop a giant running back. And it's happening. And then you're going to see the return of the run as a very like purposeful part of an offense. Noah Fant, Devin White, Burns, Lavu, Hollywood Brown, and more. Yeah, you guys might need to trade Brian Burns. That situation's not going to get any better. Apparently, the contract talks with him have completely broken down. You guys should probably trade him. Don't. Do you know how expensive the second tag on him is about to be? Doesn't he get paid the exact same as the top defensive end or is it the top quarterback he makes the same as? Or is it positional value? So it'd be like $34 million like TJ Watt. Is this his first tag? Oh, okay. They should trade him. Dude, you can get 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns. I don't know. Like, you could get a first-round pick this year and next year from a team for Brian Burns. Like, call the Detroit Lions. They will give you their first this year and next year if you offer them Brian Burns. Just like that. You won't. It literally will happen so fast. You guys have a first-round pick, and then you have 2 next year. That quick. Send him to Detroit. I'm telling you. I know that's going to hurt, and that really hurts, but if you want to fix your team, he's literally the like golden ticket to fix the Carolina. What's up, J-Cam? Now wants to play baseball instead. I didn't hear about any of that. That was probably a fake one. No, you'd get 2 picks. You'd get 2 firsts for Brian Burns. He's literally like, I think you guys know how good he is, Chris. You know he's a 2 first guy. By the way, if you guys haven't dropped a like, consider doing so. We're about to start this in like 2 minutes. I think you guys would be better off letting him go. And I feel like that's crazy to say. Dude, yeah, dude. And like Brian, I don't think he's very happy with the way that he's being treated. Like, I'm sure he'd love to stay in Carolina if you guys would just fucking pay him. That's the craziest thing. If you just pay him, he'd never want to leave. Are you talking about T'Vondre Sweat or Xavier Worthy? So who are going to be the media? Who's the combine darlings? Do we think it's going to be Xavier Worthy, JJ McCarthy, T'Vondre Sweat, and Joe Milton? Those four guys probably had the best combines, along with Romo Dunze, except for the 40 time. I met him 10 times, and he was always put a smile on my face, and he always said hey to me. Yeah, dude, Brian Burns seems like a good guy. I don't know why they don't want to pay him, and they're clearly like setting up to trade him. It feels like, because if they're just not going to pay him, I don't understand. You guys ready? You guys want to get this going? Get Chicago on the clock. By the way, here's how this goes. If you're a fan of one of the teams, please say that you're a fan of one of the teams. You get to have the overall riding selection unless somebody makes the greatest point ever about the pick. We're not doing any trades this first round on this draft until after free agency. Then on the second one, we do trades. Because, it's kind of hard. We're just assuming every team needs what they need right now because we don't know the moves that are coming in 8 days on free agency. So we're not even at the end of the free agency or the franchise tag period. That's the 5th. So we'll get there. All right. So when it's your team, make your anybody can win the point for who's getting drafted where. Let's go. Is this blown up enough for everybody? Do I need to make the screen a little bit bigger? Just let me know. I can do that. It's not an issue whatsoever. So we're at the Chicago Bears. By the way, just say make it bigger, and I'll do that while I'm talking. So their biggest needs are considered quarterback, wide receiver, edge, offensive center, and safety. I think all the hubbub is basically they're going to take Caleb, but there's like this weird tension around the Caleb Williams pick, and I guess I'll share it. It seems like when Caleb was asked if he thinks the Bears are going to take him at 1, he kind of laughed and walked away. I'm not really sure what that means. He's worn a ton of like Viking stuff, like he was wearing Viking stuff the other day, which was a little bit strange. The Vikings and the Giants are kind of like really desperately trying to move up in this draft to go get Caleb Williams or a quarterback. So maybe Chicago isn't 100% sold on Caleb. But again, there's also the rumors that as soon as free agency opens up, if Kirk Cousins doesn't go to Atlanta, that they're going to take Justin Fields. I know the situation with Justin Fields said Pittsburgh, but earlier today, a report came out that the Steelers are basically locking in with Kenny Pickett. He's also going to do a Chris, I actually heard the complete opposite. He's doing a pro day because he thinks it, like much like Jaden Daniels, they prefer to do pro days because it helps to highlight his teammates too, who are also trying to go pro. Brings a lot more attention, so his teammates get a bigger shine. A lot of guys will do that. They'll do all their workouts at the pro day, so that way more cameras get on their teammates. It's actually kind of selfless to some extent. You notice you're not saying that about Jaden Daniels. Yeah, we'll see it at his pro day. Marvin Harrison, his comps are Justin Jefferson, and his floor, like they're saying he's basically at his best. He'll be the best receiver in the NFL. His floor, like the worst he'll be, like worst case scenario, is T. Higgins. They're like he's somewhere between Justin Jefferson or T. Higgins. That's the range. So it's like, oh, so he's as surefire as a receiving prospect as we've seen in a very long time, probably since Calvin Johnson. There is no real downside to Calvin Johnson or to Marvin Harrison, but the Bears actually really don't need to take a wide receiver right here. That's the biggest issue because the Bears also have the 9th pick in this draft, and there is a slew of very good wide receivers available, so they don't need to take a wide receiver right here. I think what they should, they can take Romo Dunze, they could take Brian Johnson Jr., they could take Adonai Mitchell. Like there is a lot of number one receivers that the Bears could take to pair with DJ Moore that they don't need to do that. You got to remember, they do have DJ Moore. They have a bona fide like ace one receiver, so they probably should go get they could get a compliment piece like a Romo Dunze at 9 or like an Adonai Mitchell at 9. I think that's probably the smarter move. But again, if you have a better argument why they should take Harrison over what could be the greatest quarterback their franchise has ever seen play football in Caleb Williams. You got to remember, this is a team that has never had a talent like Caleb play quarterback. I appreciate you, Charles. Good looking out. So it's kind of like one of them things where it's like, do they act? The right thing for them is to take Caleb, and because they'll probably be trading Justin. Yeah, you're having a good night, Charles. Again, if somebody has a very strong argument, yeah, Caleb is very, very good. J-Cam, I'm very tough on quarterbacks when I like grade them and I kind of rate them out. He's like Andrew Luck level. I'm very sure. Like he'll be as good as Stroud was. It's a little different. Remember, he was from Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley. It's a little different with Caleb. You got to remember, he lost a lot of his weapons. He lost Jordan Addison. He lost Amon-Ra St. Brown. He lost, who the hell else has he lost? He lost basically, I think he lost Drake London. You got to remember, Caleb started with a whole bunch of really good receivers. And then his last year, he had like nobody left. His defense gave up like 40 a game. No, Caleb's he was losing games like 45-42. People just seem to forget that part. And they're like, yeah, he threw a little bit more picks. It's like, yeah, he had to force throws in there. He literally lost how many number one receivers in the NFL? St. Brown, London. I don't know how long he worked with all these guys, but these are all guys he was working with. Jordan Addison for a year. So I think Caleb is exceptionally good. And Chicago, this is... We'll see. I don't know. Also, because again, we're not doing trades. If they went with Marv, they'd trade this pick away to like Washington. But I think they've kind of hinted it's either. I think they've hinted it. They're taking Caleb. Your cousin told me to tell you for Washington. That's okay. I think we spent a lot of time here. What are we thinking? Everyone cool with Caleb, or do we think somebody else? Fashanu? That's how I say it, Fashanu. No, he's not going to be anywhere near where Steelers are picking. Go with Caleb. That's what I'm thinking. So we got 2 for Caleb. What are we thinking here, everybody? Go ahead and say your pick if you want to. Just so we can move on. I'm thinking Caleb. Chris is thinking Caleb. I think J-Cam says Mr. Marvin Harrison, which again, that wouldn't be a bad pick. I'm glad everything's going good for you, Charles. Anybody got anything else? Again, this is everybody can participate. Any opinion goes. It's just, yeah, we're not doing trades. All right, we'll just go Caleb then. Silence is complicity. Boom. All right. Joe Alt. Haven't they basically said they're going to get a quarterback? They have like all new coaches, a whole new front office, a whole new everything. I'm pretty sure they've also said that you could trade them for Sam Howell. This is Chris for Washington. They need quarterbacks, an offensive line. I think because this draft is like 13 like starting tackles deep in the like this specific draft class of tackles is so deep. If you have to get something else in the first round, you can. Like you can go into the second round knowing you can pick up a tackle. Like that, it's that good of a class. I don't know if you watched any of the combine today for the linemen, but I've never seen a crazy class of linemen that good. I don't think Washington's going to take Drake May. I don't think they have barely any interest in him. I think they're more squarely in the Jaden Daniels camp. I think he's more of like a dynamic player that they would be looking for. He's more of a new age, new style quarterback. Yeah, I'm very worried about that too, J Cam. But I think with May, we'll talk about that when we get to him. We can talk about May right now. Yeah, I think with May, personally, I think we're going to go a bunch of quarterbacks here for a minute. That could be a reason, but I also think like something about Washington and Jaden Daniels just fits together. I feel like that's just a solid pick. Yeah, Tigers picked up a good one, Sean. I'm pissed off I missed it, of course, but hey, such is life. We're on to the Washington pick. Sean, you have a little bit of insight because you kind of are from that area. What are they going to... Oh, no, they have all new owners now. I think Drake May is less of a flashy... No, he's not. He's kind of the similar quarterback as Jaden. Kind of a tough one, right? Like, what's Washington going to do? Do they go Drake May or Jaden Daniels here? I feel like everybody knows it's a quarterback. Because again, in the second round, they could take a lineman. LSU is a better pedigree of quarterbacks. They played in the SEC. You know, Jaden's kind of got that like super good athlete going on, but so does Drake. They're both pretty good sized dudes. Yeah, but I've also heard rumors that they're infatuated with Jaden Daniels too. But I've also heard rumors the Patriots really like Jaden Daniels. And like he was at the top of their board when Belichick was there. And like Mayo, the assistant head coach, let me what other thing? Elliot Wolf was there, Groh was there. Pretty much everybody in charge of this draft was around when Jaden Daniels was at the very top of the Patriots board. That was who Belichick was going to draft, if you haven't heard those reports. I think that came directly from Belichick. Or I think Steven, I think he let that out that like they were probably taking Jaden Daniels. They really like him. So I'm not really sure what to, everything feels kind of smokescreeny, but I don't know. I feel like they're definitely going quarterback here. LSU over North Carolina. Yeah, if you're Washington, you may lean on Jaden. Both seem to have very, very good meetings with the teams that they've had. Like it seems like they both did a very good job this weekend, so I don't feel like neither went ahead of each other. And I've also got this thing where I may be in my own little camp on this, but like between like Drake May, so like you have Caleb at the top. I think he's far and away the best prospect in this, and it's like, all right, here's Caleb, here's Drake, here's Drake, here's Jaden, here's Michael Penix, here's Bo Nix, here's a little bit bigger of a gap, and then there's guys like JJ McCarthy, like Spencer Rattlers. I would say the first three picks should be QB, but not sure if either will work out for the team. Yeah, I know it's kind of like a tough thing because it's like, well, do these guys work out where they go? Probably not because those teams are in rough spots. The Patriots might be a good one because depending on what veteran they bring in, like say it's Brissett, then well maybe you're going to a good spot. But if it's Baker, the Patriots 100% probably are trading that third pick. But we'll know that after free agency. We can't really do trades right now. I don't know. What should we do here for Washington? Because it feels like we're just kind of like, well, this team's going to take this guy and the other team takes the other guy. Unless we think the Patriots are taking Marv, which would start a hilarious chain reaction in this draft. You think Washington takes him? All right, we have one for May for Washington. What else we thinking? I think J Cam's on the Jaden Daniels train here. Where's Ven? It sucks that Ven isn't here. I personally would have them take Jaden Daniels, so there's 2 for Daniels. Dude, I think Marvin Harrison would really like to be an Arizona Cardinal too. I think like everybody involved in this is praying that he goes there, but it's like, oh, the fucking Patriots. Or like little devils sitting there going, what if we take Marv? But yeah, if he's there, they're gonna take him. If not, they may trade back a little bit too. And grab like a Rome or a Cardinals are in a very good spot where if like somebody takes Marv, they can just trade back like 3 spots and grab like one of the top receivers anyway. Or they could just take Nabbers. So they're like, oh, thank goodness. Hey, what's up, Trey? Yeah, you're welcome for Nick Casario. Do you think are we going Jaden or are we going to go Drake here? We need a couple more opinions because it's 1-1. My vote's the deciding vote at the end. So it's 1 for May here and 1 for Daniels. Anybody can vote. It's fine. You guys not have strong opinions on the upcoming draft? That's fine. Jaden Daniels. Yeah, it happened, Sean. So we got it at 1-1. I'm leaning Daniels too on this pick. So we might just go with Daniels to get this pick out of the way. All right, we're just going to go Daniels. No one else is. All right, we're going to go Jaden here. Boom. All right, the New England Patriots. Anytime Nick does what I don't want, it works out. Yeah, I would. GMs know what they're doing generally, is my view. All right, the New England Patriots. I'm probably the only Patriots fan watching this right now, unless there's some silent guys here. Everyone just like, you guys are taking Drake May if this is the pick. Yeah, probably. The only way this isn't probably Drake May or Jaden Daniels is if they sign like Baker Mayfield. Otherwise, more than likely what happens is they sign a guy like Flacco. Maybe they sign a guy like Jacoby Brissett, who I'd prefer. And they take a quarterback here like a Drake May, a Jaden Daniels, whichever 2 of those are available. But if they sign Baker, I know, Mike, it's tough. But Mike, it's starting to shape up. How you doing, man? Nice to see you, Mike. Mike, next draft, don't worry about this. We're gonna have a receiver. But in this first one where we don't have a actual quarterback like for the future planned, I think we have to go quarterback. Plus, Mike, I don't know if you've seen the recent combine, but there are so many fucking receivers, dude. My mind is blown right now. There's at least 10, maybe 12 receivers to be looking at in this NFL draft. To the point where I think even if we get Baker, we trade that pick back to like 6 or 7, we could still get a great receiver. Romo Dunze. Dude, that guy's fucking rules. So and I want to pick Marv too, Mike. I really do. But I think realistically, if we don't get if we can't get like Baker, I think we're going to be picking a quarterback here. And I've looked into Drake May. He's going to probably be pretty good. Yeah, Jacoby would make a lot of sense. Baker might, maybe. But with Mike Evans taking off. I don't know what Baker's going to do. 2-3 years with the Pats. I don't know. I think I'm just. By the way, next draft, I'm not taking a quarterback for the Patriots. I'm thinking. Man, I want to take Marv so bad right here, you guys. Technically, this is me and Mike's pick. Am I allowed to do that or no? Is that kind of fucked up? If I just go with like, and the Patriots take Marvin Harrison Jr. It is my team. Technically, there is a rule in this where, like, if it's your favorite team, you get the overriding final pick. Fuck it. All right. Anyway, we're gonna just do that and move on because technically, this is. Mike is a Patriots fan, and that is his pick. We're gonna assume Baker Mayfield or Mac Jones. It's fine. It's all good. Listen, the vision is there, but it's very tough to see. Listen, ironically, we would go Drake May, but technically, Mike, there is a rule here that if you're a fan of a team, you kind of get to have the overriding pick here. So if you're a fan of the Cardinals or a fan of any of these teams, do speak up because you get to decide your team's pick. And we kind of have to go, all right. Like, are you sure that's who you want? And Mike is technically a Patriots fan. Rome for the Cardinals. Yeah, it's either Rome or Nabbers. Which one are we thinking? Rome? Yeah, I'm thinking so. Him or Malik. It depends on who has the stronger pro day. Rome had a very, very good combine, but I think Malik is holding out till the pro day. But yeah, Rome is quite easily the second best receiver right now in my head. I'm sorry, Sean. We'll get through some of these picks a lot faster. Don't worry. It's not going to be as bad. Ben's going to lose his mind if he comes in here. He's going to be so fucking pissed. Dude, if you're a Giants fan right now, you got to be pumped. You're like, oh shit, that means we get Drake May. It's fun. This is what mock drafts are for. By the way, we'll have trades in the next one, so it'll be a little bit cleaner. Odunze? I hope I say his name right. Or are we thinking Nab? Does anybody pick him over Nabbers? Or like Nabbers over him, rather? No, I know, Sean. We'll get to their pick. That one will be interesting. Yeah, Panthers aren't going to be able to trade up to the 3 pick. But yeah, Rome makes sense. I'll do Rome here. It makes sense. They need a guy like Rome or Malik. And I think Rome is more of a surefire thing in the NFL than Malik is. Again, the pedigree for wide receivers from LSU is really good. They're kind of a mini wide receiver U right now. They're having a golden run. But I do think Rome Odunze is really, really good. We go with this? Because the next one's pretty obvious, I think, if we do this. Canales is a really good coach. Somebody pointed that out, too. I don't think Baker is going to go to Carolina again. Go with Rome? Anybody... Big disagreement. I know it's certain teams nobody cares about. They're just like, just make the pick. All right, we're at the Chargers. What are we doing here? There's a couple picks here that are interesting for the Chargers. You could rationalize Fashanu, Joe Walt, Brock Bowers, Malik Nabbers. There's 4 really actual choices for these Chargers, and it's actually quite interesting. My initial gut is either Alt or Nabbers. Alt being 6'8.5" and being a freak athlete is probably got them really hard leaning on Alt. The only reason I say not about Bowers is because there's 2 to 3 other tight ends that you could probably grab in the second round that are monster athletes. The one from Penn State and somewhere else. But I would say tackle's a bigger need for them than tight end right now. They could also sign like Hunter Henry, but we're not doing that one. They're very open that they want a new tight end. I think that's kind of in their mind why they want to get the tight end. So I think they can get a tight end in the second, whereas Brock Bowers. Oh, what's up, Joe? Who do you think? My head was leaning on Nabbers personally, but yeah, I think round 2 is where you want to pick a tight end usually. Alt fits an immediate need for them. Because you can slide Rashawn Slater down to right tackle and put Alton as your left tackle, and you have a very good set of linemen there. Especially with Jim Harbaugh coming in saying they kind of want to develop a run game. The Greg Roman's coming in, wants to develop a strong run game. Like they're gonna want to go. What's up, Ven? Oh shit! Hey, Ven. Don't look at the board. Don't, Ven. Blame Mike. Mike, you take it up with him. I didn't make that pick. Nabbers would be a steal here, but again, I think a lot of people are making good arguments about Nabbers, kind of, or about Alt right here. It's kind of like big time protection, can help develop a run game. It's kind of what those things are doing. I'm not lying to Ven. Why? I don't lie to Ven, dude. And again, they still kind of, it seems like they're going to keep both Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. So it's like, do they need the receiver immediately in round 1? Especially when like all those other receivers just had the combines that they had. So I like, because they also see like all those linemen just had great ones too. It's kind of tough here. I would say getting the best tackle in the draft as opposed to like the third or like second or third best receiver. JJ McCarthy event. Yeah, I think more people have said that to just go ahead and go with Alt here. But yeah, JJ McCarthy, if Jim Harbaugh had his way, yeah. Yeah, we'll go with Joe Alt here because there's like 4 people that said Alt. We go with like majority rules. All right, so we're to the Giants. Of course, Drake May is still available in this draft. So there's also JJ McCarthy available. Did the Giants screw this up when they could have not screwed this up in the past and taken like Josh Allen or somebody like that in the past? Or did they get Drake May? And just if this is how it falls, do they do the right thing and just take Drake May? Drake. Ven saying Drake or a quarterback, so. Plus, like, if you're Brian Dable, like, and you're looking, yeah, Nabbers would make a ton of sense if they want to build around Daniel Jones. But like, if you're Brian Dable and like you have all those Bills coaches that help rebuild Josh Allen, and you're looking at Josh Allen too, are you just letting him go if he's sitting there for him? You can sit him a year behind Daniel, who's just gonna shit the bed anyway. There's good enough receivers to grab early in round 2. Like they're right in play. We're getting like Xavier Worthy isn't like impossible, or like a Donnie Mitchell or somebody like that, or Xavier Legette if the Lions don't steal him. Like they're right in play for one of those guys in round 2. So like you kind of can see where like some of these guys like the Chargers, like the Giants, who again pick 5 and 6 in round 2 as well, are looking like, hey, maybe we can get somebody else now that there are all these like really good second round receivers that'll be like early picks in that round. Because again, there's like 12 very good receivers right now. They all were like crazy speed. Like you get Ladd McConkey in round 2. May not be like like your outside one guy, but that's a very good fast slot receiver right there. Maybe even an outside two guy. Again, this is a cracked receiver class to some extent. And he ran what, like a fucking 4.37? It's like, what? Why are all these receivers so fast? So if you're the Giants, you're probably wanting to go in this Drake May. But again, if you really feel strongly that they're going to build around someone like Daniel Jones, then they go Nabbers. But I've heard they're trying to shop Daniel Jones. You can get Tez Walker for Carolina. He'll be available in the second round, 100%. So we'll go with Drake May. I think that works since he's available. This is only happening because we put Marvin Harrison on the Patriots. We were going to take Drake May and put him on the Patriots. Then Mike came in and was like, put in sad eyes and said Marvin Harrison Jr. And it's like, damn, Mike, we have to listen to him. He's the Patriots fan. Once again, if you're a fan of a team, please speak up. You get the pick. I have to do what you say. You know your team better than I do. All right, we're on to the Titans. I'm guessing they go offensive lineman here. They could go Malik Nabbers. They could go offensive tackle. They can go tight end. They need a lot of work here. Joe, I think I know who your team's picking. Fashanu, that's what I was thinking too. If Joe Alt's here, they're gonna take Alt. If Fashanu's here, they're probably taking Fashanu. They desperately need offensive linemen. Like they lost Derrick Henry because they just couldn't put linemen in front of him. Like, damn, dude, that's a rough spot to be in to lose Derrick Henry because you just can't put a line up in front of that guy. Don't even need much of a line, just something. But again, yeah, Fashanu probably makes the most sense here. Anybody got anything else? Any strong cases for Nabbers? Boy, this is going to be a bitch, dude. He's going to fall right to... Oh, man. We're setting the Bears up real nice in this draft. All right, well, we're going to go with Fashanu here to the Titans. I don't think anyone has any objections. This is always a funny thing. Like, the Cardinals and the Titans in every draft we've ever done are the most quiet things ever. Yeah, we think May's a good one. And I think Fashanu to the Titans is a good one as well. All right, the Atlanta Falcons. Well, you're good. Yeah, I told you I wasn't lying. We were going to put him in there. Then Justin Fields went to the Falcons, still get Nabbers to have the ultimate offense. Yeah, I'm thinking Nabbers could be in play here. Brock Bowers. No, they have Kyle Pitts. Yeah, Nabbers feels like the move. Yeah, he's more than likely Fields or Kirk Cousins goes to the Falcons, and they've only really got Drake London over there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really see it. This feels like a home run. Anybody got any other major criticisms? They don't really need offensive linemen. They actually have a decent line down there. Very, very young line, so it's getting older. It's getting better. They have good guards. No, you're fine, dude. No one cares. But anybody got anything else? We can go with JJ McCarthy. But again, they're probably going to have Fields or Cousins. So more than likely, they're going to go receiver. Because again, their line isn't terrible. They've got good running backs. Their defense is halfway decent. Gorgas? Who the hell is that? We're going to go with Nabs. All right, the Bears. This is their second pick. I have completely forgotten they have 2 in the first round. Bowers went to Georgia, yeah. Edge. So like Dallas Turner, Latu. What's up, Vincenzo? They do have Sweat, so I'm not sure if that's a pressing thing. Dallas Turner. You're cool, Noah? Oh, yeah. Vincenzo, you're a Bears fan. You guys have Caleb Williams with your first pick. Turner or Latu or I'm seeing a lot of Turners. Bulldogs are bigger than Falcons in Georgia. Yeah, but I don't think Bowers is. They don't need a tight end in Atlanta at all. J Cam, are you also a Bears fan? Is Caleb good? Yeah, he seems good. Vincenzo, who do you think? You were about to ask me. I think everybody's thinking Dallas Turner. You guys probably need a bit of an edge rusher. Verse. Is that the guy who had that crazy combine chase? Yeah, wide receivers are, you can't really. Jared Verse from Florida State. Yeah, Verse had that crazy one. What do we feel about Verse, the monster from Florida State who just had that explosive combine? They haven't updated their this since the combine, by the way. Verse, I'm fine with. Easy. Verse. You cool with that, Vincenzo? Verse is that monstrous defensive end from Florida who had probably the craziest fucking looking combine I've seen in a minute. You're a Bills fan? Oh yeah, J Cam, I remember that. Absolutely. All right, we'll take Jared Verse, first guy off the board. Yeah, I heard they're going to 18 games. It's crazy. We're to the Jets now, which is a little bit wild. For those who are just tuning in, we had Caleb go 1. Jaden. We had Jaden. This was a big debate between Jaden and Drake May. We went with Jaden Daniels. We were going to go with Drake May to the Patriots, and then a Patriots fan stepped up and went, we're going to take Marvin Harrison. It wasn't, I personally wanted to stick with Drake May. This hurt me to do as well. I didn't want Marvin Harrison. I wanted Drake May, but we had to go with Marvin Harrison. It's the rules. If you have a favorite team, say who it is. God, I love this so much. And then the Cardinals, of course, because we stole Marvin Harrison from them, they went with Rome Odunze. I think they're voting on it, and it seems like they're going to push hard for it. We went with Joe Alt to the Chargers. Gives them Slater at right tackle, Joe Alt at left. Drake May to the Giants. That seemed most logical. Fashanu to the Titans. Nabbers to the Falcons to pair with Drake London. And then we just had, obviously, Verse go to the Bears. So now we're at 10 for the Jets. Yeah, I'm thinking like Joneso said, Fuaga. Yeah, more than likely it's him. I don't really have anything that would be better than him right at this point. They need to protect Aaron Rodgers. Like they don't really need that much of like receiver help. They kind of, but again, you can get where they're picking. They can get such good picks later in the second round. It's most likely the best tackle they can get their hands on, and Fuaga's probably the guy. Cool. We don't have to spend a lot of time on these losers. These losers. All right. The Vikings are the funniest team because I really feel like they're going to take JJ McCarthy. Like, if they move up, they may also take JJ. Yeah, Turner, like, they either need quarterback or edge. Or, again, Bo Nix to Minnesota can make sense. They're very infatuated with, like, Chase, it's going to be so funny with JJ McCarthy. Some team's going to jump way up into the first round to draft him like the Raiders. We could leave him. We'll leave JJ for the Raiders, I think. Because apparently the Raiders really like JJ too. But I've heard the Vikings are ready to like move up aggressively for him, and I hope that's not true. I agree, Joneso. I agree there's a very big gap between these other quarterbacks, and that's why I think the Patriots can trade back, get a receiver, a top receiver, then go get a quarterback in round 2. But Penix here, okay. I've seen a couple options here. I've seen Turner. I've seen Bo Nix. I've seen Penix. Again, they can all get these guys probably in round 2. Bo Nix is first. Didn't he have unarguably one of the worst combines? They're probably going to lose Danielle Hunter. Yeah, I'm thinking they go edge rusher here too. Because again, they could probably get Bo Nix in the second round. He didn't have the greatest combine chase. Danielle Hunter's gone, I think. Like they kind of, but again, they don't really have a quarterback next year. Kirk isn't on the roster. More people can watch Knicks and Phoenix because they play in the Sugar Bowl, and NFL doesn't do play it late. That's true. This one's a little bit of a stumper. Do we want to go? I wish we knew a Vikings fan so they could just come in and make the pick. See, there's a couple guys saying defense and one person on the offensive side. I think I'm going to go with the defensive player here, Chase, just because there's more people kind of leaning on a defensive player for this pick. But I do kind of think the Vikings personally are also going to wind up taking a quarterback round one. Yeah, that's a thing. Like the Broncos probably take quarterback. Raiders probably take quarterback. The Saints are questionable quarterback. So like, can the Vikings... See, Chase just made a very good argument there. Can the Vikings afford to wait right now with all these teams? What's up, Kenny? Potentially actually needing quarterbacks. Like Denver probably needs to get a guy. The Raiders, they don't have a quarterback on roster worth the fuck. Like who are the Raiders picking? Like who's the Raiders quarterback right now? Jimmy G? He's suspended for 4 games. Aiden O'Connell? Oh. Did you do good on your quiz, Kenny? And the Vikings are probably going to get Cousins. Oh, that's true. They'll probably re-sign Cousins. This is a weird... I didn't expect there to be the most chatter on the Vikings pick. Couple people on QB, a couple people on edge. So we're tied at 2. Raiders can just give Russell a chance and just pick up a quarterback in the later rounds, and Russell can trade. Fair. How does proposed trade work? You just offer picks for picks. You got 8 out of 10. Oh yeah, good shit, Kenny. Good shit. So it's kind of tied. We have 2 guys saying edge and 2 people saying take a quarterback. So again, I lean more on the quarterback side because, again, technically right now on roster, their quarterback is fucking Nick Mullen. Like it's like, oh boy. And like Josh Dobbs. So in my head, I'm like, boy, do they really need a quarterback here. But again, in like 8 to 9 to 12 days or 9 to 10 days, we're going to 100% know what the Vikings quarterback situation is. So this is kind of like a lot of the way we're doing this is kind of like, what is like the state of the roster right now? We shouldn't be assuming what they're going to do. Because again, we're doing this like pre-big moves. And right now they technically don't have anybody playing quarterback worth the fuck next year. And Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback guy as a head coach. That's why I'm leaning quarterback. Are you guys cool if I kind of break the tie and just go with the quarterback here? You want the Vikings to pick a punter, Kenny? Personally, I'd love it if they picked Bo Nix. Like, other people will get wins in this one. It's just like looking... It's just kind of looking at the like situations for everybody. Again, the next draft will be a little bit better, in my opinion, because again, we'll just do this and get it out of the way. All right, the Denver Broncos are up. I don't know. I don't really like Bo Nix either, but just get that out of the way. Because I do agree that they want a quarterback, and I think they're going to take J.J. McCarthy. But I think that they really like J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota. But we'll see about all that. Because, again, they could just sign Kirk and like it's all a moot point, like Joneso said. Yeah, but yeah, so with the Broncos, they're going to be getting rid of Russell Wilson, it sounds like. Um yeah, it's a pretty good stream here tonight, Kenny. I appreciate everyone coming by. Anyone a Broncos fan specifically? Like because I'm kind of a little bit I'm not sure what they do here. It feels like quarterback, but their defense they don't really need defensive work. I was gonna say, do you guys not have a first round again? A first round pick this year, Frank? When do you guys pick again? Next year? Give them JJ. Go with Mike. Mike will be the first round pick for the Broncos. Could see JJ. Sean Payton loves JJ. All right, yeah. We'll go JJ then. Just fuck it. Again, this is the first one. These will improve as we get. Again, you know, the thing that makes this harder is because, like, right now, there's like. Oh, dude, yeah, no, I don't know how Bowers is still here either. No one's really suggested taking the tight end. Personally, I think this is the right move. I don't think tight ends belong in the top 10 of an NFL draft. Blah. Imagine doing that when all the best tight ends in recent memory have gone nowhere near that high. I think he winds up in Indianapolis. You want to get him in the second round. You don't really want to do it that high. What's your idea for Bowers? The Bengals in the first round. Yeah, I could see it. I could see also the Colts. Oh no, they have that big ass dude. What video game you get, Cody? Tony Gonzalez. He might have been a first rounder, but he's a bit of a different story. Dude, Laporta, fucking Kelsey, none of those guys. All right, what are we doing with the Raiders here? They need quarterback, tackle, defensive tackle. We could go Latham here. Like, they go offensive line. They go quarterback. Phoenix would make that kind of fits. Raiders go tackle. I'm thinking that'd probably be their move. AEW, nice. Is it a good game? Yeah, Penix will be a round 2 quarterback. He'll be right there. Penix had a very good combine, though. He was fucking spinning the fucking football. Boy, man, I really want Penix in New England. Everything I've seen is just like, man, he just gets better and better in my head. What a round 2 steal he'd be. Dog, he was the best quarterback at that combine. I don't know why he hasn't been picked yet. You know what? Since we're doing a run on QBs here just to get it out of the way, somebody better stop me. I'm going to do it. Somebody better stop me. Like Murphy. Okay, somebody stop me. Yeah, they'll probably go get a defensive tackle. They really need it. They need it. Do you like him over at Kavondre Sweat? Or Newton from Illinois? Yeah, no, I do think that with Antonio Pierce in this one, they may go with the defense. They may go with defense to really kind of hammer home the finality of that D line. They really could use a DT or a tackle, which like Josh Jacobs is probably gone anyway, so they really don't got to worry that hard. They could build up a number 1 defense to deal with the Chiefs. Is Murphy? Dude, Jake Ham. I've seen most mocks have a ton of quarterbacks. I've seen mocks with 5 quarterbacks in the top 10. I like Newton better, but Murphy have the advantage. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Should we go with Murphy then? Raiders also make odd picks, so this wouldn't be out of their fucking realm of like weirdness that they do. See, I personally think they're going to go hard for Christian Wilkins, but like again, we can't. We'll just go DT because again, it makes sense. We'll just again, they're building up a defense. We'll go with him. It's him or Newton, but I think that tends to. All right, Saints, are they taking Latham because their offensive line is complete dog shit? Dude, yeah, I just go with that. It makes. I mean, during the Trey Lance draft, they did the same thing in 15. Yeah, J-Cam. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks it's going to be a run. I do feel that, even though I really don't think there should be a run on QBs. Yeah, Saints could use a little defensive help. They could go, their entire line is. Look, you want to know what the Saints needs say? Offensive tackle, offensive guard, defensive tackle, edge, and quarterback. So they could use Newton. Cam Jordan's getting close to either leaving or he's gone. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Do we think tackle here? I mean, they really need linemen. Like, their line is real bad. And, like, their one good thing on offense is running the football because they do have Evan Kamara. They've got Jamal Williams. They may even draft another running back. So I feel like tackle is probably the best. I mean, Dallas Turner could go here. Because, again, they do have to kind of replace some guys that are leaving. They could bolster up their defense. But, again, their line is so fucking bad, dude. I think that, like, if they had a slightly better offensive line, they run away with the NFC South last year. Yeah, the Saints actually have decent tight ends. I think, isn't technically Taysom Hill? Bowers could make a ton of sense here. I feel like they have a good tight end. I don't know why I think that. Yeah, I think for this draft, J-Cam, do you mind if we go with a tackle? Again, tight end, just not for I don't think it's that big of a need this early. I think it's not as big as like. What's BPA? I'm sorry. Yeah, some of this is a little wonky, but I think that's about right. Oh, best player available, yeah. Indigo's corner. Their top needs are wide receiver, corner, DT, safety, edge, yeah. Who the fuck is getting... Oh, boy. Quinyon Mitchell? Cornerback. Oh, the Toledo guy. I heard that. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this kid, Quinyon Mitchell. They need someone to stop the Texans. Yeah. I've heard a lot about this kid, and I've watched some of it, and I think it's well worth him being CB1 of this draft. I think this is right. I think this is the right move. Again, I think the move here is they need some defensive help. Their corners are fucking booty. We'll go with that. I like the pick. I think once his pro day hits, he'll be a big name. Yeah, he's gonna be a big deal. All right, now we're to the Seahawks. They can use a guard, a center, a linebacker, defensive tackle, corner. My guess is they go with that Powers Johnson, the center, but guard works too. Because they could use a center or a guard. Like, I mean, Johnny Newton. Yeah, defensive tackle makes sense too. Again, they do kind of got to build up that defense a little bit. But again, their offenses, they have good running backs. They have a decent quarterback. But like the problem was their quarterbacks kept getting sacked to shit and their running backs got hurt all season. But they do have a new defensive-oriented head coach, Ven. So we maybe be looking at a defensive pick here. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking that too, Sean, with McDonald. Yeah, but that was Pete Carroll, Ven. This is a guy who's 100% probably wanting to get his defense going to like a nasty degree. I actually do kind of see it being Newton here. Otherwise, I would 100% agree. They go with that guy. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know who. I'll be honest, Chase. With Terry and Arnold, I have heard more about Kool-Aid McKinstry than I have Terry and Arnold. I didn't even know who he was until like 3 days ago, and I don't know how that happened. I think. Was he? Well, would that be who the Jaguars picked then? Nate Wiggins, corner. I think Jags go wide receiver. Nate Wiggins. Who's Nate Wiggins? Let me see. He's a corner out of Clemson. That could make some sense. But is there better corners available? Yeah, Ridley's. Well, maybe. Apparently, the Jaguars really want to keep Ridley, so they're working on it. It says here they need defensive tackle, wide receiver, and corner. Center and guards. Those are their top needs listed. So the thing is, they could be really fucked. They could really actually need an edge rusher here. Like if Josh Allen leaves, they may have to take Dallas Turner. Yeah, it's like the Josh, and he hasn't been tagged yet either, so I'm not really sure what they're doing there. So we have to assume they're gonna tag him and keep him. What are we thinking on this pick? We could go receiver. We could go get somebody. We could go get. We could take a corner here, like Arnold, Higgins. I got CB for the Jags because they're going up against Stroud. That's what I was thinking too. Like, why wouldn't it be like a defensive back like Arnold if he's available? If he's as good as everyone says he is, then should he be the pick over Wiggins? I mean, he's sitting right there. And I also kind of think they're going to bring back Ridley, personally. You guys cool with corner? It is like they're one of their big needs. Like their defense is kind of trash outside of like the pass rush. Yeah, again, you don't need to. Yeah, I'm gonna probably think that they go with this guy. All right, we just gonna go Brock Bowers here, and we just move on. Like this is a pretty good one, right? Like it's just Bowers, right? If he's sitting there for the Bengals at 18, it's like, yeah, that's Brock Bowers. Then was that your big reveal that it was going to be Brock Bowers to the Bengals? Like we all kind of were like, yeah, that's about, yeah, okay. Anybody object? And just like, no. What do we object to? He either goes to here or the Rams. And well, let's avoid Stafford getting another weapon. All right, we'll just move on. All right. Ooh, I think this is where Dallas Turner goes then, right? Well, I mean, that's where I was going to put him too. As soon as I seen who was next, I was like, oh, okay, we can just put Brock Bowers on there. Rams get their Ramsey. Who are they picking? Nate Wiggins? Cooper DeJean? Yeah, Bengals, I think they really like Brock. Yeah, and Brock Bowers, I think, wants to go play with a good quarterback. Him or Kool-Aid. Yeah, one of the two. Who do we think? Nate Wiggins or Kool-Aid? And they do have to deal with like the NFC West, the fucking Seahawks receivers. The Lions have great receiving core. Well, the Lions can throw the ball. Plus Higgins and I think Boyd. Yeah. So it wouldn't be a bad pick. Yeah, it says edge is their second big one, so probably corner we'll go with here. Nate Wiggins. Sounds right. He's the best available corner. So are we just going to go with him? We could go with Kool-Aid. Pete tackles. Yeah, I can go look at it. OT. There's Mims, who's probably going to shoot up boards. Guyton, Fatanu, Kingsley, Suamadia. Yeah, I don't think they're going to go tackle here. They could go off. Like, I think that's a round 2 thing. Nate Wiggins. Who's Chop Robinson? That's a cool name. Oh, he's edge rusher from Penn State. Yeah, we're going to go with Nate Wiggins. He's fast. All right, we're to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kool-Aid McKinstry? Do they go with they could go Jackson Powers Johnson here. I actually think they do go with Jackson Powers Jackson or Kool-Aid McKinstry. It's one of the two. Personally, I do really 100% think they go Powers Johnson, but because I read a report that they want to build around the kid, Pickett. But we could also go with McKinstry. They're like really heavily tied to. Apparently, they really like Kool-Aid McKinstry. So, yeah, or Mims here. Yeah, they're gonna either go tackle or fucking McKinstry or Powers Johnson. JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson. Oh, you're a Steelers fan? Okay, Clayton. This is your pick. We'll pick in the fucking best center in the draft. At country mile too, by the way. And by the way, if you're a fan of a team, just go like that. Literally just be boom, it's done. You get your pick. I don't fight you on it. And I kind of agreed with the pick anyway. Dude, that literally sets their center. They're good for another fucking 12 years now at center, like they were with Pouncey. There they go. Just replace Pouncey. Just like that. Pouncey. The worries of not having Marquise, or which one was it at their center for them? Whichever Pouncey they had at center. God, I hate when they're twins. When people are fucking almost identical twins. They're like, and we both play line. It's like, oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, so easy to tell you guys apart. You look the exact same. Oh, that would be a hilarious steal for them too. Yeah, if they just took the fucking player that Miami really wants. They probably go Mims here. That would be my guess. Because again, they need linemen. They got to build that lineup, and with fucking Terran Armstead, he's good for about 12 games a year. If they play 18, he's gonna die. I don't know how they're gonna do that with fucking Armstead. Yeah, or Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid makes a ton of sense. It's one of those two positions. They actually have Joneso. They have decent depth at corner, to be honest. Obviously they have Ramsey, but they have like a really good secondary where I could see them kind of prioritizing offensive line over. I see them a lot, and I kind of follow them. They do have Ramsey still, so it's kind of like, yeah. And there's a reason they let Howard go over everybody. We'll go with Mims. They need it, dude. Their line they're a running team. They got to keep that line they got to get that line going. All right. Anybody like the Eagles here? I'm guessing they go with like Cooper DeJean, right? They go O-line. Oh, I forget. They like are losing guys. But see, they also need secondary help real bad out in Philadelphia. But they're also expected to trade for Justin Simmons, so I'm not really sure how to figure this out. Yeah, they're probably going to get Justin Simmons, so. But see, right now, their biggest need is 100% the safety position. So we have to kind of go with what they have right now then. And technically, Jason Kelce hasn't announced a retirement. Because, yeah, well, Joe, Joe, I agree. Is there any Eagles fan here before I give them Dijon? Because I do think that would be that's probably the right pick for them. I'm going to be honest. This is probably the right guy. Oh, we're to the playoff teams now. Miami was the first the Steelers were the first playoff team we oh no, the Rams were the first playoff team we selected for. So now we're to the good teams. The teams that actually matter and who made the playoffs mostly. So the Eagles, probably Cooper then. That's probably right. As it stands right now, they don't have good safeties at all. All right, there's a Texans fan somewhere in here. What are you guys getting? With who's available? I don't know. Money. All right. Fucking Will Anderson and Dallas Turner for Could you imagine if Dallas Turner and Will Anderson reunited? Jonzo, I knew you were a Texans fan. That's kind of why I made that move. I was like, well, I know who he's probably picking. They need defensive line. Van, I'll be honest, they have one good defensive lineman, which is basically kind of just Will Anderson. Oh, you didn't know he was a Texans fan. I got you. By the way, thank you everyone who's tuned in tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying the picks. Jonathan Greenard most likely gone. Yeah, and you guys signed a lot of 1-year contracts, so you guys kind of got to start building up like a little bit better depth. But you'll get people to naturally sign. Cowboys go tackle here, right? They're losing Tyron Smith. Yeah, because it just gives Will Anderson a very familiar running mate. Yeah, dude, and they're very used to playing off of each other. There's Tyler Guyton, Troy Fatanu. All right, so there's not really guys you want to get that early. What about center? Ooh. I don't know what to do for the Cowboys. You can get, Christian Wilkins may be a guy to sign. Though I think a team like Detroit also is going to go very hard for Christian Wilkins. Dude, there's going to be a fucking bidding war for Christian Wilkins because I've heard the Raiders fans say they're going to go hard for him. I've heard the Patriots fans say they're going to go hard for Christian Wilkins because he's from Massachusetts. Jordan Morgan and Burton are first round worthy. Tyler Guyton. Who? Jordan Morgan? Come on. They need a tackle, so this is probably the right move. We can go with Morgan. Barton, though. Barton's not even on this list. Where the hell's Barton at? Damn, he's kind of that's a pull. Oh, they have him at guard. Oh, we can go with we can go here. Cowboys need a guard. Well, no, they don't. Actually. We can go with Morgan here, though. I'm fine with that. I don't really know these bottom linemen very well. But again, I don't think there's much. These are all very good linemen. And I think you can't really go. I personally think they'd maybe go Troy Fountain, this guy. I think he's slightly better. I don't really trust fucking Oklahoma offensive tackles, personally. I don't think they're very good. Seems like something doesn't work out. Most likely to play guard. Yeah, and Cowboys don't need a guard. Like, I think they're actually very good at the guard position. Unless they move him to center. We just want to go with like Morgan here. Is that fine? Let's kind of move on. Ben and Kenny are getting ready to crack their knuckles for some guy we've completely missed out on. By the way, Brian Johnson is still available, or Brian Thomas is still available. And that's a very interesting guy to still be available. Wait, I don't think the Lions need a round 1 receiver. I think their biggest need is probably defensive based. Probably corner. Get the guard. All right, Brent. I've seen a couple people say Barton now. They can move Tyler Smith to guard. Yeah, we can do that. All right, we'll do that. I'll go with that. Cowboys got a good line. They know what they're doing. I'll go Barton. Don't worry about where Brian Thomas goes, Ven. Green Bay. Well, Ven. Well, Kenny. Your guys' it's time to shine. What are you guys thinking here? Personally, I think you guys take a quarterback here. It's the Green Bay way. Maybe kicker, maybe punter. Trade the pick away to the Patriots for a 5th round pick. Either offensive tackle, corner, but leaning towards that. Kenny's like, just wait like 10 more years and we'll get a new quarterback. Don't worry. Latu. Jones, though, these two are really big Packers fans, so they get to kind of run shot on this. Go to corner. All right, we'll go look at corners. It says it's your number 1 need, and if you're going to be dealing with the Lions and possibly Caleb Williams and Kenny's like Kool-Aid. You guys going Kool-Aid then? Fuck. I hate you guys so. Yeah, let's look at safety. There's much. Oh, look, you can do Kinchins. He might be the greatest safety the game's ever seen. Tyler Nubin. Oh, dude, I watched his tape. He's so good. He's a fucking net cracker. Nah, man, come on. What about Cole Bishop? He's a very holy man. He went to Utah. Fucking bullshit. Fine. That's so lame, dude. You just took my pick for the Lions away. Chase, I know. They fell for it. All right, we're BTJ. Oh, Brian Thomas. No, come on, dude. Yeah, probably. At this point, yeah, they're probably going to take Brian Thomas Jr. because they're going to lose Mike Evans, so they got to replace him. Yeah, it's probably they got to replace Mike Evans, so this is the right pick. Hell yeah, Chase. That's how I feel too. I hope the Steelers pick him up. All right, what do we think for the Bucks? Are we thinking just wide receiver here? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they kind of need a center. I think one of their linemen just retired. They could use Latu. Their edge rusher isn't very good. They're getting old there. Is anybody going to new teams? What do you mean new teams? Yeah, these are all new teams. It's a draft. We're getting toward the end, everybody. Damn, we can see the whole bottom now. Sheesh. Any big thought? Are we just going to go with Brian Thomas here? I think it's the right move. We do that. Yeah, and then they don't really have anybody good. Yeah, that's probably the right move. Well, screw it. We'll just do it. Damn it, dude. I wanted the Lions to be able to draft him. That's okay. Is Fatanu? Yes, he is, if that's who you'd like to grab. I was actually about to go right over there. Then they need wide receivers. Is Tampa Bay is keeping it down for a quarterback? Oh, Cody, I forgot you're a Tampa fan, aren't you? I apologize, dude. Latu for the Cards. I think somebody just said Cards. Yeah, they got Rome in this draft. DJ Humphries is getting cut. But you're a Cards fan, Dana? Who would you like to get? Who would you like? Would you like Fatanu, you said? Defensive tackle. All right, we'll go over to DT. There's a very good edge rusher that's available too. Sweat's available. He could be a late round. He could be somebody that's going to go in this first round. But they got Leonard Taylor, who's really good. And you show your fuck. Chop Fatanu. You want Chop? You want Fatanu? Okay. We can do that. Where the hell? Hold on. Yeah, we can do that. That works. Cardinals need offensive line. I mean, it's not a bad pick. Probably the right pick. And I personally think he's one of the best ones. To get him here is kind of almost a steal, in my humble little opinion. Buffalo Bills. Probably Keon Coleman. They need a receiver. Well, they're a Cardinals fan, Jones, so they got their pick. The Bills want a wide receiver to replace Gabe Davis or a safety to. Oh yeah, J-Cam, it's your pick. You're up, buddy. Yeah, I'm guessing safety or receiver for you guys here. You think Gannon doesn't want a good line? Who would you have had the Cardinals go with? What? Joneso? Based on rankings, you say Coleman. I mean, he is best available for receivers. I mean, you also have the options of like Xavier LeGarrette, Adonai Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, Chopper Latu. Fair enough. You have some good options for receivers. Keon's the slowest option of the group, I would say. But all those other guys are kind of just faster. Keon's slower, but maybe has surer hands than the rest of them. And Josh Allen with the jump ball receiver is probably fucking very dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. You got the quarterback who's probably uniquely designed for a quarterback. Fair. I was thinking Nealand is there later for an edge. Improving D-line will help our existing edge. Yeah, that's probably not a bad look, Dana. Yeah, there's probably going to be options later because edge isn't also particularly weak in this class. But I still think Fatanu is a very worth it. What do you want here, J-Cam? You can have it's your pick of the litter here. Whichever player you're feeling. Coleman? Okay. I don't think it's a bad pick. Boom. Okay. Lion Chase, are you still here? You get to do this pick. I'm very curious if Chase is here and who he wants at this pick. Because I have a couple ideas about. Oh, okay, he is here. All right. Chase, let me guess who you're gonna pick first. Hold on a minute. I'm guessing you're gonna pick T'Vondre Sweat. Let me see let me hear who you're picking though. You always seem to have a very you have a very. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. Latu to the Lions. I think for a team that needs a very specific defensive tackle like Detroit kind of does, I think it'd be a good move. Yeah, I think Latu go in there. Maybe Sweat in round 2. That wouldn't be bad. I'm the only one here who likes him, aren't I? All right, now we're to the Ravens. Anyone like the Ravens? Sean? Sean's like, oh, I've been waiting so fucking long, dude. Nobody make a move. Hold on, let me type what I got to say. We know who they're going to pick. They're picking Adonai Mitchell or Xavier Worthy. Yeah, I forgot they do have Ellie McNeil. In that case, since he dropped Chop, but I still think it'll be a OT. Oh, fair. Yeah, you guys probably do go Chop Robinson, don't you? I keep forgetting the Ravens have this like penchant for just, are you sure that tackle's mine? We can just take the tackle right there. Yeah, Sean, you want Chop Robinson then? I thought for sure you guys might be going for one of these speed burner receivers, but you guys did kind of just solidify your group. I feel like they'd go with Donnie Mitchell, but 2-down DL. I like him in Arizona for Fletcher Cox role, but he might still have to come. Yeah, Arizona could take him later in the second. I think Sweat's good. I think Sweat's but I may be just kind of overreacting to a good combine. Need 2 or edge. Okay. OT or edge. Okay. We'll go Chop. That's fine. It's your pick. Any 49ers fans? What are we doing here? They're going to go Guyton. They could use a right tackle. They could use a quarterback. You know Ven's laughing right now. He's about to type up some quarterback's name. He's going back to, well, they need QB. I think in round 2, the Ravens can get a good receiver. I think this is a unique draft. Jordan Morgan. That's what I'm thinking too. A tackle. They do actually need a right tackle pretty good. We might, Kenny. We could do a video on that, like on March 10th. We could do like a free agent prediction stream. I think that'd be pretty fun. We could have people come on air for that, actually. Yeah, I think a team like this, they either, because you can, at this point, you could probably bulk up your defense in the round 2. I think they go offensive tackle here. They gotta get a right tackle, like pretty bad. Again, great left tackle, but we just giving them Xavier Worthy. The whole fucking team is talking about it. I think every single Chiefs player has tweeted something about Xavier Worthy at this point. Like, it's either a Donnie Mitchell here or it's fucking Xavier Worthy. I really don't want to give my biggest ops Xavier Worthy. Is there a Chiefs fan here so I don't have to make this pick? We all know what they're going to do. The whole team is freaking out about it. I've never seen a more united, like them trying to tell their GM who to take. They need a quarterback. I agree. Yeah, Chase, I agree with this, but like their entire team, they like in the perfect world, they just take a Donnie Mitchell. That's like the right pick for them. But Mahomes loves that kid already. He tweeted out, "Damn, 4-2-2." It's just like, uh-oh. Yeah. Actually, the right move would be offensive tackle, but they actually need some receivers. Joe, you're a Chiefs fan, aren't you? Chiefs fan. Xavier Worthy is not Tyreek Hill. He can't catch as well. Donnie Mitchell is a way better option. Joe, are you a Chiefs fan, by the way? If you are, this is your pick, my friend. And if you want an offensive tackle, you can have Guyton. This is the greatest moment of this draft, by the way, for me. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Who do you want? Which tackle do you want, my friend? Let's go right over to the tackle list. Guyton? Hell yeah, let's do it. There we go. There's our draft. Hell yeah, Chiefs don't get they don't get the guy. Where's our grade? Oh, they don't do grades on this. Full results. Here we go. Oh, this is so much better laid out than it has been in years past. All right, here's our full draft. I think this is pretty good. I'm going to save this, obviously, so we can look at this again down the road. So that way when we do, because the second one we're going to do is going to be like April 1st, maybe like right after like March 25th. Kind of like a decent distance in, because I want to do 3. One right before the draft, one obviously right after the combine, and then one almost like April, but sometime between March 27th and April 1st, like right in that range where it's kind of like right after free agency. There's still moves going to be made later. Yeah, the dude. Yeah, no defensive players until the. Holy shit, dude. We went. Oh, okay, we had a top 10 defensive pick. Okay, that works. Saquon's going to the Texans. You're gonna do your mock draft thing. I did that. What'd you do last year, Kenny? Where you just did everybody's pick? Yeah, those were fun videos. We had Caleb go 1, Jaden Daniels went 2 overall. We had the Patriots take Marvin Harrison. That was a fan pick. Oh God, I wish. Romo Dunze went number 4 overall to the Cardinals. Joe Alt went number 5 to the Chargers. The dates for free agency is March. You know that like legal tampering period. Okay, so March 5th is the date of the last day you can tag people. At like 4:00 you have to have all your tag deadlines in. March 11th is the start of the legal tampering period, and March 13th is the start of free agency fully. Yeah, I do agree, Dana. We were doing no trades on this one just because without free agency, I'm not really sure what everybody's going to do, and I think free agency, there's like 2 to 3 key signings that need to happen. You guys are all on spring break right now. That completely unlock free agency. It's Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins, and the Justin Fields trade. Those 3 things will completely unlock this draft for me. Oh, 100%. Yeah, like if the Patriots sign Baker, that suddenly becomes a pick that gets traded. If the Patriots don't, then they're probably going to take Drake, and then everything kind of starts to fold there around that point. You know what I mean? Like there's like Baker is kind of like this weird key to the draft. Plus, I don't really know. I think the Giants are going to make an aggressive attempt to get up into these top 3 picks. I like this draft. I think it was pretty good. Oh, yeah, Kenny. Well, you got a while to go. I'd start it in 30 days. Do it 30 days before the draft. 32 days or whatever. Yeah, Giants to me have been like the X factor of like the team that's going to make a reckless move to try. I still think they're going to try to trade up to 1 to get Caleb Williams. I really believe that, like with my full heart. They really want Caleb, I think. And then we went Fashanu to the Titans, Malik Nabers to the Falcons, Jared Verse to the Bears, Fuega to the Jets, Bo Nix to the Vikings, JJ McCarthy to the Broncos, Byron Murphy II to the Raiders. Why am I reading this weird? The Saints grabbed Latham, Mitchell to the Colts, Newton to the Seahawks, Terry and Arnold. Oh, you guys were all here for these. I don't know why I started going over the ones we all made together, but I had to get the first like 10 or 11 out of the way. Yeah, the trades are going to make this fucking way funnier. Because again, I personally think that depending on how the first 25 picks, maybe 26, 27 picks, maybe 26, these picks are all very much in play to be traded back with and traded into the second round and teams trading back into the first. You have a good night, Adam. We have you going with Tyler Guyton to bolster up your right tackle position. We almost went with one of the speedsters, Adam. We almost did. Your team's going to have to be put on a leash because I don't think they're going to be able to contain themselves. Yeah, the free agency is very important for everything. But free agency is going to be interesting. The extra money to a bunch of tag and trades that would have been cuts. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of tag and trades, I think. I think T. Higgins may be moved, which kind of may also shake up the like how everything plays out. Free agency moves, like what happens with Pittman, what happens with Mike Evans. Sorry, I don't know why I called him Michael. There's a lot of moves. Danielle Hunter, the situation with the Vikings, like they could desperately actually need to go with defensive players. If they lose like Danielle Hunter fully, if they don't have a quarterback, if Kirk leaves. Again, Kirk Cousins is also a major key because the Falcons could go from taking a quarterback or be quarterback needy if they don't get Fields or Kirk to, well, now we have a guy. What do we really do? Like, there's so much that could happen in the next couple weeks. And again, it's like 3 guys feel like the entire domino key for the free agency to figure it all out. Baker, Kirk, and Justin Fields. It's like, yeah, those are the guys that I thought would be the most important free agents. Because they only determine like 5 different teams' drafts. And then that just determines more and more teams' drafts, and it snowballs into this monstrous effect. I'm trying to get to the draft, and I'm going next year no matter what. Hell yeah, because it's in Green Bay next year, right? Ooh, that was a fun stream. It was nice to see some people come by, too. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Last year's mock draft streams did not do good. I was looking at those. I was like, what the hell? I thought these did a lot better. I appreciate it, guys. It was fun. It was fun talking football again. Haven't done it in a while. I still think I'm going to release like my own individual one alongside the ones we do as a group. So that way I'll just probably release it as a short or something. Hold on, I have to do something here real fast. Save this. Save pictures. 2023. Oh, mock draft. Oh. Cool. All right, I got that saved. I can close that now. The next mock draft will be April but sometime like March 20, between March 25th and April 1st. I haven't really decided yet. Because again, I want to wait for like free agency to hit for like 2 weeks and then do another one. Because that way, like pretty much all the good big moves will be done, and we'll have a really good idea about like where everybody's going. Kind of trades will be kind of figured out. You know, like there's still just a few. It feels like there's going to be some uncertainties for a while on that. Damn, this stream did really good. 23 likes. I appreciate that, everybody. Well, I don't have a ton left on this one. I'm pretty pooped out. Is there anything else crazy we want to talk about? The offensive linemen did their stuff today. I don't think anything really crazy happened at the combine other than the fact that Joe Alt is a freak of nature. Dude, he's like the most athletic, huge human being I've seen in a while. It's like, damn, dude. He's like NBA athletic for his size. The only thing I'm worried about with Joe Alt, honestly, is like how long is he going to be able to play with that body size? 6'8.5". Ooh, boy. That's a big fucking dude. But him being 320 pounds is like really nice. Really? I didn't hear about the running backs. They all skipped the agility testing. That's suspicious. But I could see if they do it at their pro days, it's not a big deal. If I was a running back, I wouldn't do any drills at the combine. I just wouldn't even go. I'd be like, listen, I'm not used to running on that field. My entire job is running. No one's going to do that with the Chiefs, Joe. I'd personally fist fight the team that did that with Kansas City. If they're trading up that high, they're going to steal like Rome. They're just going to be like, yeah, we said we were going to get Alt. Hold on, my nose is bothering the crap out of me. Been talking for a long time straight here. But if I was a running back, I would 100% prefer to do a pro day on the field I'm used to working out on, the field I'm used to playing on. So that way, like I don't mess up or slip or something weird happens. I understand running backs not wanting to do it. Joe Alt's dad played for the Chiefs. Really? I didn't know he was a second generation player. All right, though, everybody. I think I'm going to start to wrap it up here. I don't really have too much else to talk about. It was a very fun stream. I appreciate it. It was very fun to talk football with everybody here. Yeah, I think that's about it. Unless we got anything crazy. I'm looking around on Twitter because my sports feed is slowly coming back to normal. I've been blocking the shit out of politics people. Shanu's 6'6". Jesus, dude. The Patriots met with the following prospects of the combine: Joe Alt, Fashanu, Xavier Legette, Brian Thomas, Ray Davis. Oh boy. We also talk. Oh boy, what the hell are we doing? We're trading back, dude. That's what that sounds like. Patriots are going to take Joe Alt. That's going to be hilarious. You know what it is? The Patriots are looking at that 6'8" frame and going, "Oh, that's the Trent Brown replacement." You got to remember, the Patriots are obsessed with huge linemen. They fucking love those guys. I bet you Dante Scarnecchia himself called and said, "Hey, trade back and take Joe Alt. Trust me." They're like, "Yeah, we should probably do that." The Chargers. Cardinals, too. Anyway, all right, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for a fun stream. We'll be live again tomorrow. We're going to play some Madden. It'll be a little later at night because I got to work till 10. So I'll be like 10:30. We'll get a couple games of Madden in tomorrow night, and that should be pretty cool. Yeah. Eventually, since I do have an Xbox now, I think I'm going to play some MLB The Show. But like the problem with that is like the new show comes out next Friday or next Monday because I'm not going to pay $100 for that game. But I'm going to buy the game personally. I want to get the game, so. You see, but if I buy the $100 version, I can get it on the 15th and get ahead of everybody. I don't know, but I am buying that shit. I'm excited for that. All right, that's about it. So eventually we're going to start doing some MLB The Show stuff, but I think I'm going to save that for when the new one comes out. Okay. All right. So tomorrow stuff, I may do a baseball stream, by the way. I'm just not like 100% because I got to work at 3. So like if I do a baseball thing, it'll be from like very strictly 1 to exactly 2:30. Because then I have to get ready to go to work. I live pretty close to where I work, so it's not a big deal. So I may do that, just stream for like an hour 25, hour 20, like on a strict time limit, and then dip out. You know, that's most of the good game. I don't know. Anyway, we'll deal with that tomorrow. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night. Go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, it's always go Patriots. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Be safe out there. Have a good spring break. If you're going on spring break, be safe. You know, like call Ubers and shit like that. If you can test your shit you're going to do, make sure you test your stuff you're going to do. Yeah, all the good stuff. So have a good time. Peace.